So for this first fight against Penny, you want to begin setting up with a curse, and then moving to double team setup. This way Kyurem will always go for Secret Power until it gets an Omni boost, instead of going for Icicle Spear turn 1. Icicle Spear, if it hits, can KO if you're not curse boosted up. So it's just an easier, more reliable way of setting up, I found during my attempts. The reason why I'm using Cradily for this solo attempt is it gets the new ability Simple as it's one of its options. And while Minimize is banned, Double Team isn't, so this was one of the better ways of setting up evasion in a solo run. This fight is easier if you bring Amnesia or Recovery, especially Amnesia trivializes this fight, but we needed Leech Seed and there was no room for it. The pivotal turn is this turn here against the Dialga. You need to hit Komodo on the switch with a return, otherwise it will 2-hit KO through its Z move and Aurora Sphere, which both have perfect accuracy, and just go past all your checks and all your setup. After that's done, very reliable fight. It's just do need to be a little cautious on PP, which is partly why I'm using Return as the solo attack here. It's just all around pretty good. At +6 it does enough damage, even resisted, and it has a high amount of PP to go through the pressure store from Dialga. Arabella here will be the main reason why bringing Leech Seed was necessary for this run over other options. Unbound version 2 added lots of anti-sweeping to the Elite Four, with two of the big ones being on Arabella's team. Here with Magina and its Heart Swap, and also the Fable's Unaware, which are the banes of any solo sweeping runs, really. Now the key things to note, especially with Magina, is that even if it steals Cradily's boost, it's not an immediate one-hit KO threat to Cradily. And secondly, that Heart Swap doesn't actually remove boosts, it just steals them. But it can also send them back. So why this is important is it allows Cradily to then set up again in its face, which will then force the AI into a loop of heart swapping, while Leech Seed will chip down Magina. You want to set up as much as possible against the Xerneas. After Geomancy, the Terrain Pulse is a damage range to one-hit KO. That's about as safe as it gets, really. And it will most likely miss. Clefable here as Unaware, and you need to wear it down through Leech Seed. And it's fine if it counters, it's not a big deal, the damage isn't that scary. The main issue is it does have soft boiled, but with some AI management it won't actually go for it and let you KO it. And here we show the Magina Heart Swaps loop. It's a bit hard to keep track of. You want to try and kill it on the turn that you have the fully set up. I managed to lose it here and I don't keep track of it because it's just swapping every turn. But as long as you have some set up, it'll be okay and you don't miss the Leech Seed. As long as you have the Leech Seed on, it'll just keep swapping it over and you'll have enough boosts. Here I need to finish setting up to get all my boosts back because I had only 2 double teams set up and 1 curse, maybe 2 curses. But now that I've got the 2 main threats of Magina and Clefable out of the way, the only real danger is a Mawile setting up which is why I use Leech Seed on it to get it switched back out. And the reason why we have Rock Tomb as an attack is for the Toga Kiss, which has Aura Sphere. It is perfect accuracy, so we need the Rock Tomb here to get the KO on Toga Kiss. But thankfully, as long as you can get through Magiana and Clefable, you can finish off wearing down the Mawile here. Elias is another very difficult fight. The gimmick for this fight is that when at full HP, the Ghost will receive, they receive a multi-scale type effect. Which is why we're bringing Bullet Seed on, just for its multi-hit. And it's good matchup against Marshadow and Jellicent. Unfortunately, there's no real strategy. You just need to avoid getting hit as much as possible. So you need to dodge pretty much every hit here. There are two real threats in this fight outside of the Marshadow. That is that Giratina is incredibly tanky, and it brings Will-O-Wisp, which you need to dodge every single hit from. And the other one is Cofagrigus, which brings Haze. It's very annoying to deal with, and you need to have a double team set up before either you kill it or it switches out, which it can do. And then you need either good luck from them missing or then more predictions to get it killing things on the switch. There really isn't much strategy to this fight. It's just either getting lucky or just through sheer amount of attempts that you'll break through eventually. You might even want to do save states for this fight if you ever do try something similar, because the AI does change around its priorities a lot. Yeah, I'll let this one play out. Old Man, who brings a damaging Sandstorm as his gimmick, is by far the easiest of the Elite Four for Cradily. It's to ignore the Sandstorm. The only threat is this Groudon and its Heavy Slam hitting before Cradily is set up. But once that's done, fully set up against Groudon, as long as you have one curse up, it won't KO with Heavy Slam. I go for the double team start, because we don't run Recover, we still have Leech Seed on the set. Once that's done, very easy sweep. Now finally here for the Champion Jack fight. We'll be up against a Mega Rayquaza as its lead. This is another double battle usually, but with only one Pokemon team it is a solo. I want to start off with a double team, because after it hits its first attack you need every attack after to miss. Set up the two double teams, and then set up a curse. And once you set up enough against the Rayquaza, or you set up enough and you hit it once with a return, it will switch out to the main threat of this fight. That is the Kartana. You need to hit it with a Swagger on the switch. Now with the Curse, boosted return, it takes 2 hits in Confusion and 2 hits of return to KO it. You need that to go out before hitting you because it has the Sacred Sword which goes through all your boosts and will KO you. Next up is Magnezone, and its Flash Cannon does a lot of damage, but it has no accuracy modifier. That plus Swagger and the +6 evasion should get you through. It's very unlikely to get taken out here. We run Return for the solo attack. This throws reasonable coverage, same reason why we did it for the Penny. Reasonable coverage, high PP. Rayquaza again needs to miss. We don't have the recovery or amnesia to survive another hit. But once those 3 are down, once Rayquaza, Kartana and Magnezone are done, there's no real threat left to you on this team. And it really just all comes down to that Kartana Swagger on the switch. After that's done, the rest of the fight's very easy to sweep through, and that'll do for the solo run. So thanks for watching.